Hi everyone, today I will be reviewing one of the Efcolor jewellery sets. The set I'm reviewing is the Bellflower Necklet set. The product code for this one is 861500 and it retails at £12.18 including VAT. So I'll go through with you what is in the set. This is the packaging. You can see that's what you're aiming for on the front. You have your chain, your bellflower piece which can be glued on afterwards, you have a teeny weeny diamond thing, and you have another ring to attach your pendant to the chain. You have your copper blank and then two 10mm packs of enamel. This one is rose and this one is mauve. You only have one sieve top in this set, which is a real bugbear for me because you have two enamel colours and only one sieve top. I've already put the sieve top on the mauve, so if you're going to be using these on a regular basis I would recommend buying the extra pack of sieve tops you can get. Cooksongold sell them and it will just save you a lot of hassle switching things over. So you have basic instructions in the pack. It just tells you the firing temperatures and things. I'm just going to put that to one side for a moment. Now if you remember, I have reviewed the Efcolor enamels before. I've used the ones out of this big pack here, which gives you, I can't remember how many's in there, I think there's about 10 different colours in there, but that's the basic colour set in there. Now, if you remember, these enamels fire at 150 degrees, which is about gas mark 2, and you can buy the Efcolor stoves to fire these pieces with, and they're basically powered by a tea light, which is brilliant. Or you can just do them in your oven at home, which is what I will be doing. Now before I go on to that, I wanted to show you what happened when I went to torch fire the enamel on the copper blank. Now if I give you a close-up of that, you can see I've sandpapered that again, and there's still some enamel stuck to it. So I had a look on the internet and there's nothing that says specifically that you cannot torch fire these. I normally use a mouth torch in my workshop, but as I need to be able to speak to you to do this video, I was using a hand torch, just a small gas one like this. The issue I had was I put the enamel on, all nice, and then once I put the torch on, that happened. Now what happened was the force of the gas from the torch, it blew the enamel, so the enamel has pilled up, and where the heat from the torch has gone on there, it's not been heated evenly from underneath, so you've come out with this weird wiggly effect, which I suppose if you like that kind of thing, that's fine. You can see I've had a go at this with the sandpaper, but this would need taking off with a burr on your pendant drill. And as I am currently in the process of building a new workshop, I don't have any of that equipment to hand at the moment. So, my recommendation is don't torch fire the Efcolor enamels because it makes a mess. And this is the baking tray I use for firing my enamels in my oven in the kitchen, and you can see there that the enamel has pilled up as well. I don't know if you can see that, that's probably about as close as I can get. And I've got these little bits here that it's just kind of, it's pilled up, so I wouldn't recommend torch firing them. So what we're going to do is get all of those bits out of the way, and I'm going to have a go at firing this side of the piece. That's the piece that, the side that's got all the lumpy bumpy bits on. So let's just give it a nice even coating, and I'll pop it in the oven, pause the video, and we'll see what happens afterwards. See if we can rescue this piece and make it into the bellflower necklet. So this should take 3 to 5 minutes at gas mark 2 or 150 degrees. I'm going to put quite a thick layer on to try and cover up all the messy bits and pieces that are on there. Now in the past when I've used that, you can see here that I have got leftover enamel. That's from multiple firings of a a copper ring. Now I find that once the enamel has been fired, it won't get soft again and it won't stick to whatever piece you put over the top of it. And it does say in the instructions for this that you can flip the blank over once you've fired and enamelled one side. You can flip it over and it shouldn't stick to anything. So we'll pop this in the oven and then we'll see what happens, and then we'll try putting some of the rose colour over the top and then finishing it off with the bellflower piece, and we'll see what happens. So hold tight. Hi guys, welcome back. I finished firing, so you can see this here. And what I'm going to do now is I've decided I'm going to do half and half. So I'm going to pop a sheet of paper over this half, and I'm going to open up the rose coloured enamel. You do have to be careful when you're opening these to make sure you shake out all of the excess that gets in the ridges around the top. So you can see I've still got the sieve top on the mauve. These can be a little bit difficult to get out, so just be prepared to make a mess. It does clear up easily. I'm just going to shake that off over there. Like I say, if you have a different sieve top for every colour, it will make your life easier. So if I just, that's all down. Right, I'm just going to cover half of this with the rose coloured enamel. I will say one thing with these enamels is they do fire pretty much true to colour. You know, what colour you put on as powder is what colour you get when the enamel has fired. I'm going to put quite a thick layer on that, get that quite even. Quite evened up. Right, pop that one to one side, and I'm going to do this really, really carefully in the hope. Oh, I got nearly an even line. So let's see if I can just even that one up a bit. These are quite forgiving. If you do make a bit of a mess, you can just kind of brush it off and start over. There you can see I've got half and half. Right, so next I want to put on my bellflower. I'm not sure what alloy these are made of, but they are very light. I'm going to use my tweezers to put this down. So I would like it to go across the middle there. There we go, pop it down on there. And I'm also going to put my jewel on here. So that's that shiny one. So I would like that up there. So I'm just going to pop that there. And what I could do with actually before putting that down is to place some more enamel powder underneath it. Now there is a product, which is this one, which is Efcolor adhesive. I don't have the product number with me to hand, but I will find out what that is for you. But we'll see if you can do it this way to start with. So I'm just going to drop a little bit more powder on there, and what I will do is I'll set the stone in the top there. You have to bear with me in this video because this is a learning curve for me. So I'll pop that down. Now I presume that this jewel is okay to be fired. Nowhere in the instructions does it say that I can't fire it, but we will find out. So you can see this is all on, and I'm going to pop that back in the oven and fire it again. For these colours I've been firing them for 5 minutes on gas mark 2, and that just evens out all of the enamel. So you can see my previous rings up here. So I'll pause the video again and fire this, and then we'll see what happens. Hi everyone, let's have a look at the finished product. So, as you can see, it has been fired. I'm going to get as close as possible as I can with this, so you can see it's a little bit bent, but that's something you can easily straighten up. So the jewel has fired absolutely fine. It's stuck, no issues there. It's not melted, and the same Same with the Bellflower. I can see that it has got a couple of little gaps around here. I'm just going to flick it. That's a bit loose, but the rest of it's stuck on absolutely fine. It probably just needs a little bit more enamel underneath that. Now you can see here that's a little bit bumpy where I've tried to even the line up between the enamels, and unfortunately it's not coming out quite true to colour. That purple's coming out very grey on the camera, and it's more of a fuchsia colour. You see I've got the chain on. That chain's just fixed there. I haven't squeezed the rings up closed completely yet, just until I decide if I actually want the chain this long. It's quite a long chain, it hangs down quite far on me. I am only short though. So there we have it. So that is the Efcolor Necklet set, and that's the Bellflower Necklet set. All fired and finished. So the verdict on this, I'm impressed with this. I think these would make ideal presents for slightly older children who are creative, just because of the low firing temperature. It's not very messy, they're very reasonably priced, and there's nothing stopping you buying more blanks to use the powdered enamels on. So there we go. And I have more Efcolor products for you, so watch this space and I'll get some more reviews up. Thank you for watching.